How are we doing, everybody?
Hola,
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy With It. I'm
Audrey.
and what are we playing today?
Mercurial.
Mercurial. So Mercurial is a game that is currently up on Kickstarter. It's doing very well. So don't know if our gameplay is going to make any difference to that, but for those of you guys that want to see how this game plays, primarily at two-player, because that is how we play the game, well, that's what we're doing here tonight. So Mercurial, for those that haven't seen the Kickstarter yet or just want a little bit more information, it is a dice placement deck building game that's also an engine building game. So it's kind of a mix of mechanics, two of which we really like, which is why I reached out to the publisher and said, hey, can we go ahead and get a copy of this? That and the art is beautiful. I mean, Audrey sees the art here. The art is very well done. And of course, we'll let you see that when we flip it over. But I guess with that said, we will flip the camera over, give you a basic rundown of how the game plays. Again, this is not a how to play. If you want to see a good how to play, you can go over to the Hungry Gamer. He's who I watched. And I'll get into that when we do our first impressions, why I had to watch his video. But yeah, so let's go ahead and switch over and we'll do a little quick overview. All right, so here we are. We are set up for a two-player game of Mercurial. It says for the first play, we should be playing without the little beasts over there. We probably will forget them. It also says we should be playing without the equilibrium. I'm keeping them in. We may not even use them. We'll have to see. And it's because they are a little bit more advanced rules in terms of the way they work. So in Mercurial, you are a wizard or some type of magic user in a world where magic has gone wrong, right? And your objective is to get magical spells so you can cast them to gain honor by completing these tasks up here at the top. So the top have our different tasks we're trying to complete by either having the light or the dark. I apologize, there was lots of verbiage in here and I forgot what half of it was. Either ruin or restore. So it was light and dark, right? So ruin is the red, restore is the blue. So you're trying to cast these spells to do that. The way you do that is by using the dice that you get. So we both started with 6 dice with the characters we chose. I've got the Enchanter, and then you have the
Elementalists.
The Elementalists. So sometimes they're going to have special abilities, different dice amount. For example, the Arcanist, she only starts with 5, and since this is our first playthrough, I figured we better start with as many dice as possible. She also has an ongoing ability with the Sun or the Ether, right? Which can be used for activating some of the spell cards. She comes with a special starting hand plus the regular starting cards. And then you also have the Chaos Mancer, who starts with 7, doesn't have as much in terms of mana, and his what are we calling that thing again? The acuity. Acuity. So it's his acuity. Blue gems and white gems. But he has the regular starting hand, but then he has this nice little 2 times reroll down here. For ours, mine starts with 2 starter cards. That's my bonus. And then Audrey starts with
1 started card.
a special card. So she gets to start with 1 starter, and then she gets this special card. So if you notice the difference between her card and mine allows me to take an acuity. Hers, she can take 3 acuity, but then I get 1 as well. So she gets more acuity on her playing of the cards.
Isn't this a special card as well?
No, that's one of the regular starter. The gray, if it's got this gray, so you'll see they have different colors. The gray ones are the standard. The colored purple ones are the starting cards that you draw at random. The blue are the ones that we're going to recruit. All right, so the way we do this is we will have dice. We will roll our dice. Whatever we roll at the beginning of the game is what they stay at. The only way these can change is if we have some type of card. For example, this one says that we can pay any acuity, any number of times to change a void into an element of our choice. There are other cards that we'll be able to recruit from the common market that will also allow us to change our dice because we want to be able to collect one of these spells. So for example, this spell here, I need either 2 lightning, I need a lightning and 2 mana, or I need a lightning and 4 ether, or acuity, or I need 2 mana, 4 acuity, basically any combination, right? And the objective is to get this number, so this is 7, to beat these numbers up here, so 13. So to do that, I would probably need maybe this 10 and this 3. I'd be able to beat that 13, or maybe I have this 7 and this 3 and this 7. Anything I can do to try to acquire these either through mana or through my dice. At the beginning of the game, it's going to be very slow. Later in the game, you're going to have lots of mana coming in, and you're going to be able to do it much quicker, much more rapidly. The last thing in terms of recruiting is going to be these cards here in the middle. So these are basically the deck building portion. This is where we're going to acquire better cards. So you can acquire the card on the left for free. If you acquire any of these cards in the middle, you're going to have to pay one acuity to that first card, which just makes it a little bit better for the next player. Now, unlike a regular deck builder, these are going to stay. So your deck stays. However, your spells, after you cast them, you start all over with your spells. So you're basically starting your spells over each turn. So that kind of makes it nice for, I want to call it a catch-up mechanic, right? Like if I cast my spell and it's a big spell and I'm just like, wow, I just got all them points, the other players still can catch up because they've still got their spell and I've got to start all over building my spell pool again. All right, so that's the basic overview of how the cards here work. The beasts over there, I forget what they're called, but the beast, if you perform a certain action, for example, the first beast, if I play a spell that contains 5 cards, I acquire him, and he's worth 1 point for every 4 cards I have at the end of the game. That's pretty much it. Now, the game is normally played over 6 rounds. The publisher told us to go ahead and play it over 4. They say they feel it a 2-player game. That's a lot better to just play it till 4. It's a more, I guess, because when you're playing a 2-player game, you want it to be a little bit quicker, a little bit punchier. You don't want it to draw out. That's some of our complaints with some games is like, I just felt like that went on too long. Like it didn't complete itself. I guess that's it. So we would normally roll this thingy. What's this thingy here?
This is the 20-sided extra life die.
You forgot what it was. It's this metal thingy.
Because we support Children's Miracle Network through donations that you can also make using the link down below.
Yep, so it is our Linktree link. Para los niños. So it's our Linktree link. You do have to click twice. I apologize. It's just easier for me to do that. In the past, I've had to update the link in every single video every year. I really wish Extra Life would just give us a link that we could just keep. I technically could go buy another URL. Somebody else says they do that. They just make a short URL that they can update. I might do that. But either way, click 2 links. No big deal. If you don't want to do that, if you don't even want to leave YouTube, click the membership button because all of our membership money goes towards the niños. There's also, I don't know if we have a little support button. If we've got that little support thing, you can click that too. Same thing, you can do that. Or come out to our live streams and you can do super chats, super stickers, all that stuff. And of course, being a member, you get some extra things on that. And then Audrey just reminded me again, you can also click and buy some merch. So we've reduced the price of our merch to only making $5 profit, but that is not $5 profit for us. All profit from our sales will go towards Extra Life as well. We're not doing this to make money for ourselves. We're doing this to make money
Para los niños.
para los niños. All right, so we're not going to roll this. I'm going to go first, which means Audrey does get one extra acuity. All right, so this we don't play with our cards down. We'll have to actually play with them up. Now these are tarot size cards. I don't know if I care for the tarot size cards. They're good because the art's beautiful on them. It makes a nice big art. But it is different playing with this. So the first thing we need to do is we both need to roll for our starting dice. So these are going to be our very first starting dice.
Time or yours?
Same time, because these are your dice. Whatever you roll here, you take out, you put them on your board, and this is your starting dice. All right. So, and do want to remind, of course, this is a prototype. This is not the final version because, well, it's on Kickstarter right now.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice for a prototype. I mean, you can tell the dice because it's got the little stickers on them. So the dice will be probably.
Oh, I had not even noticed that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't like that void. So, you take 2 actions during a turn beyond casting the spell, which is take a card and play a card. So. Let's see, I want to beef up my deck first because I can't get nothing out there on that grid yet. I can get that lightning spell. I got a water. Let me do that. Let me go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off by taking this. So that is what it costs. Now the dice stay on the spell card until it's cast. So this.
Okay.
So this is going to stay on there until I cast that. I don't get any of that back. Now I spent this, so this goes away. You don't get the mana back, you just get your dice back. All right, and then I refill that. So I took, and then to play, I'm going to play my, change my void, and I'm going to change the void to a change the void to I think water. Yeah, I'm going to change it to water. So I'm going to change that to water, and that costs me 1 acuity. All right, so that was my take. That was my play. So now it is your turn.
So I got these things.
Yep. So you can either look at building up your deck, or you can look at taking some spells. This is a very weak spell. I don't know why I took that one.
So I could take this one?
Yes, and I forgot these at the bottom. This makes this cost 1 less mana. This makes this cost 1 less acuity.
Oh, so I can I do this one because it has, what is it symbol?
2 fire. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fire.
Or you can do a fire and a water, because this one is an either or.
Okay.
So you can do fire or water, so you can do both fire, both water.
So
your choice. Or you can take the discount with the one. That's a good one probably to take the 1 discount. That way you're only using 1 dice. You want to try to only use 1 dice because you've only got 6 total. You kind of want to use your mana and your acuity when you can.
So how many of these?
One mana. So 1 blue.
Mana.
Yep. Well, yeah, you can just pay that to me. I'll put it over here in the supply.
And $1.
1 either of your fire or your water. So you kind of want to look what else is out here. There's a lot of water. So you're probably better doing your fire.
And what do I do? Just discard this out?
No, that stays on your card.
Oh, that stays on my card.
And then you take your card. And I did mess up here. These are supposed to slide down.
All of it. So I move.
And now you did yours, so now they all slide down again. Yeah. So that's kind of the encouragement for the spell cards is if you get the discount.
Okay.
And then the same thing, the encouragement there is that one's going to be worth more to encourage somebody to take it. And then the new one just comes up there. All right, so you took a card. Now you can play a card.
I can play a card. So I'm going to play this.
All right, so that allows you to take 3 acuity and I get to take 1 acuity. All right. And in your played cards, you can just put over here to the side. They do get discarded. There is a take action, allows you to take them all back into your hand. My actual character has the ability to take back as many cards as I want back into my hand. So.
And oh, I just keep the 2 cards that they have left, or?
Yeah. Well, you'll have to, once you have no cards left in your hand, you'll have to do that take action. All right. So I'm going after, oh, we're both, well, you can do red or blue. I can only do red. All right, so I do have 2, but I need a third. Oh, hang on. Got a third. I think I'm going to do that too. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get this for 1 instead of 2. So that comes over here to me. All right, so I have 2 spells. So I'm at 7 times the number of cards, 2. So it's 7, 8, 9, which is still not enough. I'm going to need me another one. All right, so slide the cards down. Chance of this staying straight throughout the entire stream is little to none. We said that is like every game that has cards like this, I would love to have a play mat for. And honestly, I don't need the play mat for normal gameplay. Like when we're just normally playing, it's no big deal. But when you're playing for you guys on camera, oh, now this one's a nice one. So this is a new card. So this, if you have one of these, you can boost this card. This card can be.
You mean one of these ones on? One light?
The yellow star thing.
I don't.
Yeah, so if you have a yellow star thing, this thing can be boosted. All right, so I did a take. Now I'm going to do a play. And you are limited. You can only have 10 acuity total. So I'm going to play. This is a weird card, but it's different. So I'm going to play this. I have to pay 3 to get 5. So basically it's a +2. So it seems weird that you had to pay that much, so instead of just saying it's a +2. Because the reason they do that is you have to have 3. That's the reason they do it that. If it was just +2, then you wouldn't have to have the 3. You could have like 1 and get plus, so that's why it's not a +2. All right, so that was my play. So back to you.
I can do. Oh, but I have here. Okay, I will have only 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
Well, remember, you can go blue or red because you have that dual card.
But there is no other red, but this one.
That one. Mm-hmm. Or you can look at recruiting some better cards. Because remember, these are going to let you change your dice to other things. What do we got? It's got, for me, I've got a nice glare, so I'm kind of, you got probably glare on these too.
But we will ever roll the dice again?
Only if this tells
if
you
the
to,
cards...
or once you cast a spell, you roll the dice from the spell.
Oh, because I would like to take advantage that I have 2 of these.
Or if you get a card that has a reroll at the bottom. Instead of performing the top action, you can perform the bottom action. Which pretty much everything out there has got reroll on it. You want to take advantage of the 2 waters?
Yeah.
Well, you can do that first. I mean, that's up to you.
But then...
Remember, you can combo off that blue. The blue's got 3. This one's actually pretty, well, you don't have any lightning. You'd need 2 lightning.
This one.
So if you did that one, that would cost you two dice. So this has to have the 2 dice. And then you can do any combination of mana and acuity to accomplish that. So if you want to do all your mana, right, you could do...
But all will be gone.
2, 1,
and 1.
Then, well, it's 2 to 1 for acuity. So it costs 2 acuity per mana. So that there would allow you to get that card. So what you want to do?
See.
All right.
Will I ever get more? Only if the cards tell me to get more mana?
Yeah, if the card tells you to get more mana or accomplishing these at the top, that'll tell you to get more mana. I think I'm doing right in throwing the mana back in there. I think when we buy a spell card, please stop it, Bella. That's not for you. That's not Parati. Mama gave you. Okay, for a spell card with fixed place, you need to allocate that. 4 mana, however it's located. It's probably on the cast a spell. I missed that part. I don't know. Casting spells. Unallocated dice still have to be counted. If you spell that requires a restore equal to the number of acuity or class. If you have a spell that gives resource equal to, oh, there's one that'll give you resources. How do you get more mana? The only thing I imagine is you got to get the quest done, and so far is the only thing I see where you get more mana. I think we're doing it right. I don't think you keep the.
Well, we could keep it then on the
Discounts
side.
is optional. You can always overpay if you choose to. If a spell is discounted by 1, you can only get the full cost of dice and mana instead of not make use of the discount. Why would you not want to make use of the discount? Hybrid. Empty slots. After taking a spell card, fill the empty slots by shifting cards along the row. No, that's not it. Cast your spell. In summary, the results we use the final number of ruin. Yeah, got that. Yeah, I know how to cast the spell, improve the spell, determine the specs of the spell, spell combination examples, equilibrium, heroics, sigils. Okay, so far nothing is saying what we do after we cast the spell. Prestige, arcanos. Reset. After you cast your spell combination and gotten the objective to qualify, you must reset your play area. Return all allocated mana to your board. Discard all. Okay, so you discard the acuity. All right. So we both started with 4. So that means I should have 3. Because I did that and I had 1 at a discount. And then you should have 4 in some combination on your spells. So you had 1 there and 3 there. Okay. So acuity gets discarded. Mana goes back. That's what I was thinking. Mana is like the magical juice that you have, right? That's how most games work. Like when you have mana, it's your magical juice. So there we go. So it took me a minute to figure that one out. That was just a complete snafu on my part. I forgot about that. Yeah, the mana does come back. The acuity does not. I thought both went away. All right, so we got a new spell there. All right, so you did that, and now you can play a card. After that long wait, I probably distracted what you were trying to play.
Not really.
Not really.
So this one, because I know this one lets me do something with them.
Right. So basically, well, no, because you don't have any void.
Ah, okay. Well, anyways.
So
No, cannot.
you can't do anything with that card because you don't have a void. All right. So for 1 acuity, you can pick up 1 card, and then you can play another. You can play it.
Pick up 1 card
from your discard.
Oh.
So basically, you'd be picking. You pay 1 acuity to pick that one up, and then you can play it.
This one?
Yeah. This is because you don't have any more cards. We got to go after those.
So I received 3 acuity. Y tú 1.
And I get 1.
We need mana.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go after that. All right. So now back to me, and that's what I'm saying is I've got 2 dice. Well, this I'm going to keep. I want this, but I need a water dice. So I need something that's gonna let me make a water dice. Nothing is gonna make me a water dice. The only thing I can do is re-roll. It's not what I want to do. So I'm going to play this. So I'm going to pay 2 times the number of cards I want to pick up. I only want to pick up 1 card. All right. And then for my take, what do I want to take? So that allows me to do fire into water, rock into water, rock into water. This one seems good. It lets me turn it into a bunch of stuff. I like this one. It lets me turn it into a bunch of stuff. It's expensive, but it lets me turn it into a bunch of stuff. All right, so that was my take actions. Now it's your turn.
So I don't have mana.
So you would either need to be able to fully pay for something, or you're going to have to get these cards here. But remember, you can pay with acuity too.
Just 2 per 1.
Yeah, it's just the 2-to-1 ratio though, so it's more expensive. The thing is, I don't think you have enough dice to do anything because this needs 2. This needs 1 water, 2, 1 water, 2 fire. I don't think you have enough to buy anything. So you're going to need to convert.
Not this one?
You need 2. You're gonna have to get something that allows you to convert. Now remember, you can take and play on the same turn. So for example, here, if you took this, you could play that, and that would turn that rock into a fire, and you get an acuity. It's actually a pretty good one for you. Because what's the other one? Rock into water. Well, unless you want to go after the water one. If you want to go after the fire, I would go after probably the fire.
Because I mean, I'm doing water.
Oh, you're going after blue, aren't you?
See.
Yeah, you're going blue. So yeah, you don't want this
Blue.
card. So you want water. So if you want the water, then you want to do this one instead. That allows you to turn a rock into water.
Okay, so I just take.
Yeah, so you take that. So that's your take, and then you're going to do your play. That card. So play it. All right. So then you,
Oh, I already played this.
and you already played this too. That was your combo you did. So now you turn your rock into water. This one just doesn't give you the benefit of the acuity. But again, it's infinite number of times. So if you had like 3 rocks, you could turn all 3 of them into water. All right, so you played that. All right. So that was your take, and that was your play. So on your next turn, you'll be able to take your spell that you want to take. All right.
I need this icon to play this card.
Yeah, that card's basically useless unless you roll a void like I did on my first try. On my first turn, I rolled a void. The void is kind of like a null. It's like getting nothing. So you kind of have to be able to change it. Oh, that was a bad play. This only lets me change the void. I forgot. I thought it let me change any card.
So you wanted that one?
No, it's fine. I was going to use this to re-roll one of these, but I can't. So this one allows me to re-roll. Now, is it allows me to re-roll up to 2, or do I have to re-roll up to 2 dice? Okay, so you don't have to re-roll both. That's what I was afraid I was going to have to re-roll both. I only have to re-roll 1. And I got a void, so that's fine. So I did that. So now I got to do a take. I took 1 from here, didn't I, earlier? Yeah, so I should have paid there, and then you took 1 from there, so you need to pay as well.
Who do I pay?
Always on the first one.
Ah, sí.
Always on the first one. Rock to fire, rock or fire. You can do up to 2 of them into voids because it gives you acuity times the number of sigils you have. 2 waters to make any dice into. Oh, you must have 2 waters in play. You don't have to actually spend it, but you can turn any dice into void. I might want to turn one into a void because then I can use that other card, right? Because I turn it into a void, then I use the other card to turn it back. So yeah, I think I'm going to do one of these 2. I don't have either sigil. There's a green sigil. There's a purple. That's a purple. So purple looks like a better option. So I think I'm going to pick up that card and not steal from the bank. I was going to steal from the bank. I was going to pull an
Nadri.
All right. So that was my play and my pick or take.
Mi turno.
Yep. So you have your water and your fire now, or you have your water that you wanted for this one or that one. Oh, they're the same, aren't they? Yeah, they're the exact same.
Sí.
So, and then that would cost you this one's cheaper.
1
Yeah, 1 less, because that's going to cost you 2, 4, 6, 7. You don't have 7.
Oh.
You can't do that yet. You have to get more. So your best bet's probably to take your all your cards back, so then you can play your
The one that gives me.
your acuity cards.
Can I do?
Yeah, you take. You haven't played a card yet, so that's your take. As your take action, you took all your cards back, and now you play one. So that's a little bit different than most deck builders because you shuffle. In this one, you don't. You just take all your cards back and then you choose which one you want to play. All right, so you get 3. 1, 2, 3, and I get 1 all. All right, so now it's back to me. All right, so I got my void. So I'm going to play this and spend 1 to get 1, and I wanted to make this a agua. So then I'm going to take this, and then 2 acuity to take you. All right. Do I have enough to cast? Oh, this was blue. Dang, I messed up. I wanted this because of this thing. I didn't want this one. Dang it. Because now this is going to hurt me. Because the more cards I have, the worse this gets. So this would be 15 minus 3, so it's 12 blue. 13. That's not going to benefit me. So let me take that back. Can I take back? No, no take backs. We always say no take backs.
Say
No,
take
we said no
back.
take
It's the first time we're playing this.
It's fine. No take backs. That would have been a better deal for me because that would have gotten me the amount I needed. That's fine. No take backs. I don't have any more
Tu
dice.
cumpleaños.
I don't have any more dice. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it is my birthday. So
You could take a
I get one take back because it's my birthday. All right. So I'm doing one take back because mi amor loves me. All right. So this is gonna cost me 1 mana left. I already paid for this one because that was on that card. And then this is going to cost me 1. No, I don't have enough. No, never mind. I don't have enough. I don't know why I thought I was thinking 1 less mana. It's 1 less.
Oh.
Aether. So that's fine. I'll just do this. That's fine. It's just going to take me a couple more turns because I'm going to have to roll that dice again. All right. So I did my play. I did my take. So it is tu turno.
Okay, so now I do this one, but I needed what? I needed 8, right? 8 acuity.
2, 4, 6, 7.
Oh, because of this.
Because of the -1.
2, 4, 6, 7.
All right. So you do that, and then
So I take it.
so you take that. All right. What are you going to play?
And I'm going to play. Oh, I don't have more of these. This is what I can reroll.
You can re-roll up to 2 dice.
What if I lose the
Well, I mean, do you have enough to attack now? You have 7.
17, 20?
Yeah, you have enough to take pretty much a couple of cards up there.
The first 3. The last 3.
Yes, I mean, well, you want to go for the maximum points. So you would do this one or this one. This one has some bonus cards out there. See, there's a bonus card with this one. So re-rolling your dice is your choice, but you're going to get to re-roll all of them anyways. These, although hang on, we got to do some math here. So these count against you or for you because you have to count all your dice, even the ones you didn't use. So this would make you have +4 of the red of the ruin and +3 of the restore. So it'd actually be -1 ruin. You're still good because you'll be at 19. We just had to do this math as well. So you're at 19. You're still enough to take those cards. So there's really no reason to re-roll these because you're going to re-roll them anyways.
Okay.
So that's why I was just saying for your play card action, you don't really need to do that. You can just play something else if you want.
How do I attack?
After you do your play action. Let me double check if you have to make a play action. You can play 1 card from your hand. So you can. If you don't want to play a card, you don't have to. I mean, you do have this one here where you pay and you're able to pick up a card and then play that card.
See, because I need.
So you do that. So you pick up, and you pick up a card, and now you can play another card.
That.
So you play that. So that gets you 3. 3. And it gets me 1. All right, and then I guess. So your discard. All right, so that was your play. Now you get to cast your spell. So to cast your spell, we do all of the adding and subtracting and blah, 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 which we already did. We know you're at 19. So you can either take this one here or this
Am I not at 20?
Remember, you have to do the math over here.
The math I used it.
Yeah. So it's -1. So it's either way. It doesn't matter. You have enough to take it out, right? And then for your excess, you would get this. So unfortunately, because you're at 19 and not 20 anymore, you don't have any excess, so you won't get the extra point here. Which it's not that big of a loss.
So I want that one.
The green one, I would go with the green one, yeah, because there's a bunch of cards out here that work with the green one. So you get everything on it. So you get an extra mana. This is why the game starts going faster, and then that goes into your
Discard.
Just off to the side. It's just for your reference. So really, if you wanted to, probably the best thing to do would do this. So that way you know that you have that symbol. It's a good way to remember. All right. So now you discard the spells, take your mana back, and re-roll all of your dice. So Oddity is the first to attack. No, that's yours. You take all your mana back.
Oh, it's me mana?
Put it on your player card. Oh. All right. And then we have a new one up here. Ooh, that needs 31. Holy cow. It's worth 12 points, though. All right.
And these?
They discard. So just off to the side's fine. All right. So that is our first cast of a spell.
And do I reroll now?
And you reroll all your dice. I mean, it's kind of simultaneous. I mean, what you roll doesn't impact me. All right. So I need to get another spell card because I messed up. Because I'm at 5, 15, -3. So I'm at 12. And that new card was not a 12. So I need to at least get to a 13. So I need to re-roll this dice. My negative to positive, hang on, what's my negative? No, my negative to positive is way off. All right, so if I have 2 water, I can change up to 2 dice to a void. So that's my play action. And then for my take action, I'm going to take all my cards back. All right. So that was it. That's all I could do. I turned that and then I took the cards back. So I played a card, took a card.
I got 1 of each.
Okay. Now remember, you really need to go after, you really have to beef up your hand. The longer you take to beef up your hand, the less capable you're going to be to change your dice. You know what I mean? And you can go after the spell. If there's a spell that you want, you can go after it now, but I don't think.
Let me see what you mean.
So you don't get confused by the numbers on the bottom. All you need to know is that you have this symbol.
Okay, so I can get him?
Yeah, so that allows you to turn a lightning into a water or a stone. Yeah.
And this is how much?
They're for, you pay one acuity to the first guy.
First one.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have this green symbol?
That's when you play him. So is that the card you want to play this turn?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, because you have at least one of those symbols, you can now use that. So if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have been able to use this card. So now you can turn that into a water or a stone.
And what do I do with this one?
Just turn it into that.
Into water still.
Yeah, there's no stone out there.
Oops. Into water.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was your play. That's it.
that's it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now I need to do that. To do that, turn this into water. Is that the cheapest thing I can get? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to turn that into water. I can't afford anything right now, so that is pretty much it for me. Oh, hang on, I did play. I get to pick, though. 3 three acuity to do any number of that into those, plus 3 plus the number of sigils. And the card I'm going after won't have any sigils. Maybe. Oh no, oh man, I messed myself up. This is gonna be rough because I'm no longer getting 5, I'm only getting 3 now. I was getting 5, but then when I had to re-roll this, now I'm only gonna get 3. 3, 10, 17, minus 4 is 13. Wow, that's gonna be perfect amount. Holy cow. All right, so I need money, so I'm gonna take this guy to get the monies. Oops, I was gonna put the money back in the bank. I don't want to put it in, unless it's an interest-bearing savings account. I don't want to put it back in the bank. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. All right, so back to you.
So take first.
Yep. So either take one of them or take a spell.
Those have mountains.
So that allows you to turn the rock into voids.
Into voids, which is what I need for.
Then you use that other card to turn the voids into what you need, but you already have a void.
And I have water.
You could technically use this now to turn that void into something useful.
That would be water or fuego.
Well, whatever you're trying to buy down here.
Okay, I'll do.
Now remember, if you can accomplish this spell with your yellow one that you got there, you can get that, and you have at least 3 cards in your spell, you'll get that for end of game scoring.
Okay, so I played this one. This means what?
However, it's the question mark. However many voids you want to transmute into, whatever you want to transmute it into. So it's 1.
So it's 1. 1 acuity.
Yep. And then you turn it into whatever. No, just turn it into whatever you want to turn it into.
This time I want fuego, maybe.
Yeah, I think you want to go. I think this is a good card for you. Because the fire, and then you're only paying 2 gems. All right, so you did that. Did you take? No, that was your play. So now you can take that.
So that will be paying for
2 fire, 2 gems, or 2 mana.
I don't understand. Well, this
Either or. So you can use mana or a fire dice. This has to be a fire dice because it's got the picture of the dice, but these can be either or.
So how do I know which one I do? If
You have to do all 3. If you didn't, you'd need 3 dice, or you would need enough acuity.
So I'm going to do 2 dice and 4 arcana mana.
2 mana.
2?
Only 2. They stay. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, so that was your take. All right. So I need Arcana. I don't know. Do I have enough now with the Arcana I've got?
Arcana.
I think I do. Oh, hang on. I can do... Ooh, multiplier. So this is a new one. So this is a multiplier. Basically, it multiplies whatever card it's linked to. So it multiplies that amount on that card by 2. So if I added him to this, that would make that a 20. So these are real good cards to buff up your spell. All right. So I was going after this guy here. I think that's really all that I can afford. Because that would cost me 2, 4, 6, 7. And I have 6. I'm 1 short. Although, hang on, I can get more. Which would make me have 10, 20, minus 4, which would give me 16, which would give me more points. I think that's a better play. So I'm going to discard 3, which I have, to gain 5, which is 2. All right. And then I'm going to take this spell, which cost me my water. It cost me 2, 4, 6, and then 1 because I get the 1 discount, so 7. That 1 discount doesn't seem like enough. I really feel like that should be like minus 2. It should. I feel like this should equal what this one is, right? That it should be. I get why it's not, because I mean this is the card nobody wants, so therefore it's the discounted the most because it all slides that way. But I really feel like that should be a minus as well. A -1 isn't really that incentivizing. Ooh, another, ooh, times 3. All right, so I can now cast my spell. So to cast my spell, I've got 7, 3, so 10 plus 10 is 20, minus 4, 1 times the number of cards, minus 4. So that still gives me 16, which is enough to do this one here. So that gets me the blue sigil, whatever the blue sigil is. 1 mana, 2 acuity, and I take all of my stuff back, and it is 2 turn. Let me flip that over just so you know what you might be going after. Ooh, 24. 24. All right, so I gotta reroll all my dice, and these all get discarded. Where did you make the discard pile for the magic? Over there?
Sure.
Let's see. All right. All right, so back to you. That is horrible. Wow, all voids. That is a horrible, horrible roll. Man, I'm gonna be spending everything I've got to turn those into something. I mean, I've got the re-rolls. I mean, I got the 2 dice re-roll. I just hate to be spending all my cards to do that. I had no leftover mana, so I didn't have to worry about this either. So I was in the same boat you were.
No, I should get. What is it? Land?
This is, yeah, if you have 2 land, then you.
Sorry, there are many with land right here.
Well, yeah, well, that allows you to convert land. Right now, you're not wanting to convert land, you're wanting to convert water into land.
All right.
So that way you can get the multiplier. That's expensive. So you don't have a card in your hand that lets you convert into land?
Land into something.
No, that's the other way around, yeah. You could try to go for equilibrium. So with equilibrium, if you get 6 and 6, that's equal to 10 and 14. If you get 8 or 9 of each, that's 14, 19. If you get 10, 11, 18, 24. It's going to take a lot of cards to be able to accomplish that. So I don't know if it's best to go for the stones or not, because right now there's nothing we have up here that's going to let you convert into stone. So you have no way. We have no way to get these if we didn't roll stone.
So I just can't do that.
You pretty much need to convert into fire, because these, or lightning. I think water is always restore. It makes sense. Water restores, fire destroys. So that makes sense. Lightning is both, I guess. It's omni class. So yeah, your best bet's probably to see if you can turn into lightning, or you're gonna have to go for equilibrium or fire. You're gonna have to turn into fire. So this allows you to turn rock into fire. This allows you to turn rock into lightning. This allows you to pay if you had to rock. This allows you to turn rock or fire into void. This allows you to turn lightning into rock or fire. So you're pretty much gonna have to use your reroll to get these to change. You're gonna have to use the reroll action on the bottom.
But do I do that first?
You can do that now. Yeah, I mean, if that might help you determine which card you want, because you may not need it if you only 2, up to 2. Now here you could also, or you could do this right now and turn that into water, which gives you 3 water. That doesn't help you much. Yeah, you're probably better off re-rolling because you don't need water. It's your choice if you want to re-roll the rock. The rock allows you to buy this card, because maybe you roll a rock, and then you can buy this card.
Oh, with this.
No, leave those alone. Yeah, those 2 you want to re-roll. Just the waters. Maybe you get a rock. Maybe you get 2 void. Maybe be like me and you get all voids.
Oh, I got un fuego.
Well, you get a fire. Yeah, you get a fire and a lightning. Okay. So you've almost got enough to buy 2 spells. So that was a reroll. So that was your roll. So now you have a take. So you could do. This allows you to convert into fire. Your lightning. Yeah, that's probably your best bet. All right, you take. You've already played for this round. All right, and you do need to pay 1 since you took from the middle. I always guarantee we've not paid a couple times. As long as they're both not paying, it's fair, right? Well, it's fair to whoever doesn't draw that card. So, like, if we didn't pay a couple times, I could have gotten more when I took that card earlier.
I think we have paid.
I think we have. I think we've been good. Somebody in the comments will probably let us know if we hadn't. All right, this is painful because I don't have my void card. Anything up there let you convert void? No. Nothing lets me convert void. That glare is something else. So I'm going to pay 2. Don't do that, no. I could just re-roll. Yeah, I'm just gonna re-roll 2 of them. Fine. Which did not help me much. All right. And for my take, what spell do I want? Water into lightning, no. Rock into anything with the blue. Anything got the blue sigil up there yet? No. Rock and fire into void. No, I don't need things into void. We've already determined that was bad. Everything's into void. You notice that? These are all turn things into void. I don't like any of these. I guess this is a better option. Take that one. No, not from the general supply, Will. I'm stealing. I don't know why I keep stealing tonight. That's very unlike me. Only I'm the honest one. That's an evil look. Should you be the banker? No, we've already determined you definitely can't be the banker.
Normally, I'm the honest one, he said.
Normally I'm the honest one.
I'm honest. I'm an honest
2,000 of
person.
them.
I'm not an honest player, but I'm an honest person.
Let's see.
Mi turno. So this one. I convert this into fuego. Into fuego?
Well, if you do the rock, then you get this multiplier. If you do fire, then you buy this card.
Into rock. But I didn't get well this one.
It's ×2, so it makes this ×2, which will give you 12 total. If you did that one.
See?
Or you get this, you do this one, and that'd be 7 plus 6, so it would give you 13 total. Right now, there is nothing up there that you can, well, yeah, this one you can get with 12 or 13. So, but if you get 13, then you get 1 extra point from the conversion.
I don't know. I wanted this card.
Oh, you also get the bonus here. Because either way, you'd get the bonus from the rock or that.
So rock.
All right, that's fine. So you do that. So,
I play this.
so then you take that, and you need
Take that, and I
2
need
mana.
2 mana and 2 fuego and 2 mountains, 2 rocks.
Yeah, 2 rocks. Do you want to cast that spell now?
Cast that spell now.
Yeah, do you want to cast your spell?
See?
All right.
So that
that's
is
6 times 2 is 12, plus
plus 4. Entiendo.
plus 1, because you have 1. Oh, earlier I did that math wrong. It's 1 for every 1 that you have. But you can also spend you can also spend 4 to make 1 as well. But you get plus 1 because you have 1 extra dice. So that gives you 6, 12, so that gives you 13. So if you do this one here, then you get this plus 1 extra, which is really all you can do because that's only one available. All right, so you get that, take all your stuff back. That, I guess, just kind of, it doesn't really matter. It's just points. You can just slide that underneath. And then take all your dice back, re-roll your dice. All right, so Abduri's up to 2. So that's 2 out of the 4 that she needs to beat me.
Take all of my dice back?
Yeah, roll them. Yeah, you re-roll. As soon as you cast your spell, you re-roll them. You get all your mana back. You get everything back.
Mucho stone.
Discard those. All right. Oh, I got stuck with voids. No way to change those voids. All right, which one of these I don't need? All right, so I'm going to do this to reroll my other 2 voids. Rock and lightning. I don't have enough to take anything, so rock into fire, lightning, water into land, which I can do because I have that sigil. What's that? Rock. 2 rocks, and then you can change into void, change into void. None of us are gonna buy those. Like, that's basically stuck. These are pretty much stuck here because we don't, well, I say we don't want to turn into voids, but we do have the card that allows us to change as many voids as we want with our acuity. I guess since I have this ability, I'll take that one. And then that did cost me 1 acuity. Wow, I'm running out of acuity. I have to do an acuity draw here soon. All right, so that was my take. I did my play. Your turn.
My turn.
Mm-hmm. Where are your cards? Oh, you don't have any.
I don't have any cards. I have to take.
Either take all your cards back, or you take one of these that you're going to play right now. But again, you don't have to make a play action. Remember, the play action is optional as well.
I take me cards.
And you can play one of your cards.
I am going to play my nice one. No, wait. This one. This one I can't play it again, right? Even if I still have this icon, this does not.
Yeah, that's you can always play that. So that allows you to turn the lightning into water.
But I don't have any lightning, so.
Oh, or you can do that to reroll. Wait, no, keep that in your hand.
See, no, it's okay. This one.
All right, so you're going to take 3 acuity, and I get 1. All right. So I'm going to. So I'm going to play. No, I can't play that. I don't have enough acuity. I'm going to play this one for the reroll. So I'm going to reroll these. Oh, I can only reroll 2. You go back to Enfuego. See? No. Lightning. I'm going to keep lightning. All right. Yay, I got a lightning and a void. All right, so I'm going to take. Take this one, and then it costs me 1 mana less. Oops. All right. Slide. Neither one of us has done either one of those 2 spells yet, have we? The fire. Oh, you did that one though. Oh no, you didn't have 3 cards. You only had 2 when you cast your spell. You did 3. Ugh. All right, so I did that. I took that. That was my take. I did my play. Okay, it's back to you.
So I want this one. No. This one. Because I already have this, or I could convert it. But I don't.
Yeah, it'd be 3, and then it'd be either 6, 6 mana or it either be 4 mana or yeah, you can either do mana or your acuity, whichever one you want to do.
Mana.
Dang it, that's what I was going after. That basically makes my rocks useless. All right, so that was your take, and what are you doing for your play? There we go. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. How's that any different than usual? All right, so you pay however many acuity to convert. So you got 1, so 1 to 1.
And I want to convert it to fuego.
Okay. Discard. All right, so now you basically left me with stuff that I can't use. Gracias, mi.
Te amo, feliz cumpleaños.
Thanks. So actually, I can use this one, so that's fine. So I'm going to do this to convert this to fire. And if I do that, I get to take an acuity. All right, and then for my take action, because I don't have enough fire to take anything yet. Is there another rock to find? There is, but I don't have that symbol. What's this? Rock to void. Rock or fire to void. Lightning to fire. Yeah, I'll do that one because I'm gonna have to re-roll. Maybe I'll get a lightning and I can turn it into a fire. All right, your turn. That was my thought process, anyways. Not to say that's gonna actually happen, but you know.
Oh, I have only those fuegos. That would be
16. Oh, yeah, if you do, it'd be 16 because you got that one there. But again, you need another card to be able to acquire the thing. And 16, I don't think is enough to kill anything anyways right now. No, so you'll need one more card after that, which you won't be able to accomplish.
why this. What is? I mean, if I have this one,
That means you get the yellow value instead of the white value. The problem is you won't be able to take a third card. That's what hurt me last time, is I couldn't get a third card because I didn't have enough dice to get a third card. And 16 is not enough to beat anything up there. So you can't, I mean, you basically have to have a card that only cost 1 die 2 times, which is hard. Your other option is this one here, which still costs you 2. That would give you 21. Oh, no, 8. I'm doing math wrong. It's 3 times 8. 24. You're good. That gives you 24. You're good. You're good.
so right now I could.
You're good. That would give you 24, which will allow you to beat this one, that one. You can even beat the biggest guy over there.
24 red.
See. I'm sorry. I was doing 2 times, not 3 times. So it costs you 2, and then 2 gems, and 4 acuity. Or 2 mana. Yep, 2 mana, and then 4 acuity. All right. And you're going to cast it.
See?
All right. So you cast your spell. The big 24 is up there in the corner. All right. And that is yours. So you take everything back, discard the spell cards, and re-roll your dice. So Oddity is kicking my butt because that's what I was going after.
But we already attacked 4.
No, you're at 3.
Also 4.
Yeah, the first one to get to 4 wins.
Okay, what am I doing?
What are you doing? You're kicking my butt. We've already discussed this. This is my birthday, and you're kicking my butt. What a birthday present. It's on yoke. De huevo.
Gonna cry.
It's on yoke de huevo. All right. What was I doing again? Oh, I was going after that thing you took.
This, all this, all I come here and this get this card.
Yep. All right.
This is an icon. This is one that I can put here.
All right, so I'm gonna play this. Cost me all 3 of my acuity to re-roll. Oops. You're just throwing mana everywhere. To re-roll up to 2 of my dice. Re-roll these 2. I re-rolled and got the exact same thing.
No, I keep playing with these cards.
I'm just gonna do this because I have to do it. So I'm gonna do the fire because I need to get some more cards. So I will take this one now because maybe I'll get a better spell the next time. All right, so back to you.
Look at that.
Dos en fuego.
And I don't have that card.
No, you know, you might have played it. Do you have the one that allows you to convert your voids, or you played that one's played right now too?
No, I don't have it. So, because I could change this to water, right? And I could get.
See, but you can't change. Well, you'd have to pick that back up.
But I can't. Can I?
That can be your take action. It'll take you a whole nother turn to be able to get your spell, and then you play that. So it'll cost you 3
Mercurity
to change 3 dice.
to change 3 dice to water.
Yep. You discard that. All right, so I need to roll dice again. I'm getting tired of re-rolling my dice over and over and over again, but that's all I can do.
Somebody said something.
Looks like a lot of symbology here. Is it pretty quick to pick up the rules?
No.
Already said no. I think it is. It's the terminology. So we haven't gotten to our first impressions, but I think it's the terminology that will take a little bit, is if you want to call it by the proper terms. If you just go by the symbols, I don't think you'll have a problem. Because all the symbols makes sense once we started playing. All right, so I did this to do my roll. So I'm going to re-roll the void. And there's no aether out there. All right, well, I got a fire. But I can't buy anything with uno fuego. All right, so I can convert. No, I can't because I don't have that. Dang it. You're kicking my butt right now. Rock or fire to avoid. I'm gonna take my hand back. I don't want any of those cards. Okay. That's the only problem, is once you start getting all these cards, that's way too many cards to figure out which one do I want to play. All right, what am I wanting to do this next turn? Oh, you can go ahead. I gotta figure out my next turn.
Okay, so I'm going to do my water. And this one, ¿sí? ¿Estás bien?
Sí.
Oh, sorry. See, I need this one too. Right?
Oh, you're good. You're good. That's it. It's the only requirements. All right.
Slide.
That was your take. Did you play?
No.
Ooh, that's fancy smancy. Oh, it's got the. That's just how my day's going, right? I have this and I can't use it because it's the opposite of this. Because look, it would even like this, because the problem is it'll be 6, so I won't be in equilibrium because that's 5.
I play this. So that lets me get something from my discard pile, right?
Yes, and then you can play another card. Oh, no, I can't even take anything out. Even if it was 6, none of those cards, I can't take any of those cards out. Because I get the +1 here.
So I cannot play the one that I just picked.
Good.
This gives you something para tu birthday.
Gracias, para uno annuity. Gracias.
De nada.
De
Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños. All right. So you did your play, you did your take. Yep. All right. So I'm going to play this to convert this to En Fuego. And then I don't have enough mana to acquire that one. And I don't have enough annuity either. Oh, I got enough to do this one though. Yeah, Okay, I was trying to look at that. I don't know why I was looking at that guy. This guy's fine. So I will do this one, which cost me 2 and 2. And is that enough to cast a spell? Well, that's the question. So 3, 8, 2 times the number of cards, which is 2, 4, 6. So 8 and 6 is 14. 14 rojo, which is enough to cast there.
That was me.
So I'm going to do these ones. Lo siento. All right, so that gets me a second card. All right, so this goes here, this goes here. I'll have to reroll all of you guys. You can discard those, por favor. And dos y uno.
That's so high. That is so difficult.
All right, and then I use my affinity and reroll all of me die. Oh, that's 32. Wow, you're right. That takes a lot. I don't know. This is one thing I was wondering about how this game plays, because at a certain point you're not going to have enough die to get that many points without like that ×3 or something. Like, yeah, if you had the ×3 and a 10, that'll give you 30. But yeah, at a certain point, I feel like you're not gonna have enough die to do what you need to do. I mean, that's what I've been running into, is we've run out of dice almost every time. I mean, you only have to get one more. So the lowest one is what, the 1824. You're at 10 already. And then this is.
But this only gives me.
This is 3 times the number of cards that you have in your thing.
This gives me 10.
10.
What
If you play it as blue, it's 10.
And
that's it.
so what confuses me is the color of the icons, but I don't think they have anything to do. Like, no. I could do this. I could have done this with fuego, and I can still choose which one I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. That's or.
Okay, so.
Doesn't matter.
So I have 10, and these.
That is, for every dice you have left over, adds to that. So you currently have 2 fuego. That is going to actually take away 2 from whatever your thing is. So you kind of want to probably convert those, or you have to switch over to this. Like, you could get this, and then you would just have 14.
See. 14.
And you'll have to get one more card after that.
Yeah, because that's the lowest one. So. I need my guy.
That only 4 will only give you 1, so this will only give you one more. So that'll make you 15. But then you're losing 1 because of that, so you'd have to re-roll that first.
But there is nothing here that makes me. That helps me converting fuego to.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, you have to re-roll. Is basically what you have to do. You'd have to re-roll, but you can't re-roll because I have that now. And you have it. So yeah, you could get her, but you'd have to re-roll that, hope you get a rock to convert it into.
That's too much luck.
What do you think I did? Like, that's what I did. I had to do 3. I think I re-rolled 3 times before I was finally able to get that one spell.
Pero one die?
No, you can re-roll 2.
But then I lose my fuego.
But maybe you go for the lightning instead. Oh, no, that's blue. Never mind. You want red. You don't have to. I mean, again, you don't have to go red. You can go blue. 10, 13. Well, this is 3 times the number of cards in the spell. So that's actually a pretty good one. Because right now, just with that and this would be worth 6. Plus your 10, so you'd be at 16. Just those 2. But then you get a third card, like say maybe one of the waters, even this one or this one, right? Well, we can't get this one because you wouldn't be able to have that.
So it would be converting this to water or re-rolling?
Can you convert anything to lightning?
No. I can convert. No. Can I check here?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So it's gonna take you 2 turns. You're gonna have to re-roll your dice and decide, do you want to go after rojo Or do you want to go after?
Hard. I mean, it would be Azul because that gives me more points here. But if I keep these,
I would keep your blue, and I would re-roll both the fires then, and hope you get lightnings.
okay. So how? What? I use just any card to reroll.
Any that has the 2 at the bottom. Yeah, anyone that you're not going to use. Yeah, that's right, fine, because you're not going to turn a lightning because you're trying to get lightning. So you get to re-roll 2. Yep. And you got 1 lightning and a void. Void's not bad because you have that other card.
Same.
So the thing is, you can go ahead and get your water card. So you can go ahead and get one of your 2 water cards, unless you want to get it cheaper on the next round because it'll slide over when you get that one. Because you haven't done a take yet.
No. So can I?
Take, or you can take all your cards back.
See, I prefer.
Okay. All right. So for me, what am I doing? I got that. I guess I'll go straight out and get this one just from the get-go. Now it costs me 2 mana. So I took, and then what do I want to play? So I have this, which I need for this. So I have 2 lightning, just like you do. But I'm going after blue as well. Yay. So I need water. All right, so I'm going to play this, which is for 3. Allows me to turn this into a agua. And then, because I have this bonus, I get 2 back. So it's basically a discount of 1. Again, you have to have the 3 to pay the 1. So, all right, so that was my play. So, tu turno. So you need to convert your...
this one to lightning.
All right, so that costs you 1. 1 affinity. And now you can take.
And now I can take, so...
Yeah, it'll be one cheaper.
So only una mana.
And that's why I said, because now your blue one's cheaper for next round. Doing it in that order. And then you should win. I don't think there's any way I can take a spell this turn that'll give me enough to take something. Because I have a negative here. So let's see here. Because you'll have enough to take that out once you take that other water.
Because this gives me 3 times
the number of cards played.
Here. Like what do you have here?
Yeah, so I think you've got this. Because I don't have anything to convert that fire.
No, but I would have still 16.
You're good. You'll have 10, 14 times 9. I don't think I have anything to convert this fire. I convert it into a void, which would mean it doesn't cost against me. But I can't. The problem is I can't take 2 cards. I need to take 2 this turn. I can't take 2. The most I can get would be 15, 16. Oh, blue is way too. Blue is so high. If I do these 2, I can do 5, 7 is 12, 13, 14. Still not enough. Yeah, I need that multiplier. Yeah, you've got it. So I'll just finish it out. There's no, you've got it, but so I'll take the multiplier, same as you did. If I had one more turn, I'd be able to at least take another card, but I'd be at 3, so I still wouldn't win. But again, it's based on points of the cards that we took. Well, you're gonna win because you took more cards. You're gonna have more points.
Who knows?
See. All right, so did that. Did my take. I didn't do my play because there's really nothing I can play.
That one is only 9 points.
Yeah, there's nothing for me to play. So I don't even know why I was even thinking about what could I play anything because it doesn't matter. So, all right, so it's your turn.
So
to
this
take-
one
Yep.
and this one.
Well, it's two mana, but yeah, you have enough mana. -1 if you used this, so it'd be 1 instead of 2.
Okay.
All right, and so you cast your spell. So you've got 10, 14, and then this is 9. So you have 23.
23 and I need 24.
Oh,
We were looking at the 18.
see. Hang on. Do you have a card you can play to get yourself more affinity?
Affinity?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
This allows you to take 2. This allows you to take 1.
No, you can now
No,
continue
you
playing.
only need 1. Here. Do that. Take 1. Spend 3. Get +1. 24.
Oh, I didn't know that one. You could have continued playing and maybe you would win.
All right. So now we got to do our points. So points. Point salad. Points around the board. Point salad is a type of game. I think it's like you play everything to just get points, right? It's called point salad. I don't know. Yeah, I've got 11. So that's it. I got 11. I only got 11 honor. We're not even adding that up. Here, just
I wanted to wait. I was doing it in my head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 7 lleva 1, 7 lleva 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 87. 80, 90.
88. 88.
88.
80, 90. That's not how math works. Did you accomplish? No. Yeah, because the one time you had a rock, you didn't have any lightning. Neither one of us did a spell of 5 cards, and neither one of us did. This would have gotten me. On my next turn, I would have gotten that one. Because then you get points.
I didn't get the last part you did to give me that one extra that I needed.
So because the last I would have gotten him, and then I would have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more points there, plus whatever I defeated up there. So maybe 13. I still don't think I would have gotten as high as you though. Not even close. So Oddity gets the extra life medal. Let's go ahead and do our first impressions of Mercurial. All right, there we go. I got to get Oddity closer as always. I really should just edit that image, but I'm too lazy. So there we go, guys. That is Mercurial. It is up on Kickstarter right now. It's doing well. It's funding. If you found this gameplay interesting, use the link down below so that way you can back the game and get a copy for yourself. So let's go ahead and start with components. Now again, this is a prototype, so we can't comment on the final quality, but everything that's here
looks
is
really
good quality. The tarot cards are nice stock. They're thick. We love the art. The art is really beautiful.
It is.
One nice thing about the art as well is, I don't know if you noticed this, on each one of them when they're casting their spell, and again, I don't know if we can get this to focus on him instead of us. But you can kind of see it's blue and it goes into like the pink purple. It's because you're converting
From
the
one to the
so
other.
they added this little spell thing. I noticed that was great.
That.
The art on all the cards is great. The art on the art is beautiful. That's really draws you in.
The design of this, everything, yeah.
The logos, the iconography is pretty self-explanatory. Studio Lanniston came in and he asked that during the chat, but it is pretty identifiable. A fire is a fire. The water's a water symbol. A rock's a rock symbol.
But it's a different water symbol. Like it's a nice different.
See, now I will say one thing with the components, and this was something you actually struggled with, was the fact that they had the red for the what are we going again? The ruin.
The ruin
and the same as the blue for the restore, which is the same red for the fire and the same blue for the water. So that was kind of off-putting. Another problem I had was with the what is it called, the aether and the stone. they're very close in
Similar,
color. The symbols are very easy to tell, but the color is really close. I would say they need to just turn the aether to probably white, is what I would do. Just make that white. And then that way it's a distinct different from the rock. For these two, I just don't, I mean, they're different symbols.
It happens to me. I mean, I'm very color.
I think they need to go like orange and maybe aqua. Now again,
Exactly.
for colorblind, I don't know how that would affect colorblind players, but for me, and even Tom Vassell says this in a lot of games, you should never have a component. We've said it in a couple games. You should never have two components the same color.
If they are different.
Yeah, if they do different things. So otherwise, components great. We love the art, love the
I
cards.
do love the size of the cards. You know why? Because my hands are very small, and I think that having these cards like that, I can see more of what I have on the side.
You're right. Instead of
If they are shorter, then it's hard for me to open them up to see.
And this is the other thing. This game is completely language independent. We usually bring this up. We usually bring this up somewhere. I usually mixed in here. We haven't figured out where it belongs. But it's completely language independent. There's no words on these cards. So like what you're talking about, these tarot cards with the icons, you're not covering up any words at the bottom. So you don't have to worry about that.
So I only have to see.
You only have to worry about that. So very good because of that. All right. Mechanics. So this was a little different. It was dice placement.
Yeah.
It was deck building, which we like both of those. It was also a little bit of engine building because you had to get your engine going with your spells so you could cast them. What did you think of the mechanics?
I liked it. I mean, there is a lot of things going on it. I mean, I would say I have to play it again to actually learn it very well and learn the steps and all that. But I think it is very interesting, and something different, very different, is that I can take my cards
at any
time and play one of the ones I have here, which helped me a lot. I had really good cards.
Back and you get to play one, and that's different as well. The take mechanic is different because normally when you in a normal deck builder, when you take a card, well, we've had a couple that are different, like you put it on the top of the deck or whatever, but most you put in your discard and you don't get to use it until you shuffle it all back. Same thing as when you take all of your cards back in your hand. So at a certain point, the game's got to end because you're gonna have so many cards. Now, that is one thing with the game. We played to 4, right, instead of to 6 because they said at a 2-player it seems to go longer. So I'm wondering, I guess the difference at a 4-player is that the rows are changing over more. So therefore, it goes quicker because for us, it's like we're struggling with what's out there. We have to buy what's out there. We have to take the cards that are out there. Like these 3 cards were there most of the end of the game. We definitely missed some aether over there. Some affinity at some point on that one. That should definitely have more than 3 on it. But yeah, so that is one of the neat things. The mechanics, the way those work. There is a variant in here that you can add to it as well. There's a couple little variations that can be played. So the next is difficulty. How was the difficulty for you?
It's not that easy for me.
It's not that easy.
I mean, we were lately doing like games that were not higher than 2, and this one was like a...
You think this one's higher than a 2? You think?
I would say it is higher than a 2, or at least for me so far with just playing it once, it was higher than a 2.
All right, so let's see here. So, Mercurial. Would it help if I spelled it right? So, it's over a 2, I know that, but I don't think it's a 3. There's no weight on it yet, so the designer didn't put a weight for it. I will say it's over a 2. I can't say it's a 3. I would say maybe a 2.7 tops. Do you feel like this was more difficult than Terraforming Mars that we played last week? Because that was a 2.9. I'm trying to think of a game that we played recently. It's a 2.5, and I can't think of one.
Maybe not. I mean, I'm just saying it's not difficult to win. It's not difficult. Actually, that is not difficult. What I mean is difficult to I don't know how to say. The structure and everything you have to keep in mind. Like for example, this part. See
Oh, the
that,
extra down there at the bottom.
and then whatever you did at the end that I actually didn't get very well, but you helped me to
Yeah,
get the one
basically
that
on
I
the-
needed.
So on the bottom of the card, there is a, again, it's probably not going to focus, but on the bottom of the card, there are some symbols. So you have to use all your dice, but you can convert into either ruin or restore by the dice that you have left over or by spending some more of your affinity, accruity, acuity, the white gems. And I guess, yeah, so there's lots of little nuances that you have to pick up. There's this, the equilibrium, there's
Yeah,
the
for
leftover spell to take the points there, the beast over there. But I honestly think you could take this out, right? You could take this out. This is one thing we didn't do, which is make a spell whiff, just completely whiff, right? I can't do this spell anymore because I have too much of a mix of red and blue. Just cast it to get it done with, to get these. But I think you could take this out, take the equilibrium out, take the beasts out,
And still.
and it'd be pretty good. And one thing that I would even say is on the initiate side, which is see, it's got the little red thing showing it's the beginner side. I would almost say take this out as well. I would say take the little track at the bottom out, because that's one thing that you said you didn't think about. So I would say for beginner game, take this out, take this out, take that out, take those out, right? And so all you're now having to worry about is recruiting
Spell.
and casting the spells. Yeah. So the only other thing that did make it difficult, the iconography is fine. Like I said, we like that in the components, but in the rule book, all of the terms, like it was very, very wordy, and having to remember acuity and ether. Mana's fine, I know mana, but then there's mist. Like this is called mist, right? So there were so many their terms in here, like alteration. So all these cards are called alteration cards. I'm like, it was just too much for me. Like I read the rule book and it was kind of hurting my head, right? I went out and watched Hungry Gamer's video and I immediately understood it. Like he didn't explain it, I don't think, that much different than here, but I could ignore the terms of the items because I could see him doing the item. So I don't know if that's clarification in the rule book a little bit earlier, showing what the items are, because even the setup was kind of wordy. For me, that was the most difficult. After I watched Hungry Gamer's video, I knew how to play. And that's very common for me. I usually read the rule book or watch how to play and I know how to play. So it wasn't too difficult. Fun at 2. So I had fun at 2. I do feel like at 2 players, there was a runaway. Once you got ahead, it was hard for me to catch up. And I think that has to do with the turns, right? Now, if we would have gone to 6, I might have been able to catch up, but everybody else says the game goes too long at 6. Right there, that took us close to an hour and a half, give or take overviews and all that stuff, and starting 10 minutes late. But I don't think this game should take 2 hours, and I feel if we went to 6, it would. Now, the variant, what the variant does is you come in and in the field, you start with only 3 of each card. And then you basically each turn put 1 more card in, and then the cards fall off at the end. So therefore, it's more of the river, the market itself is kind of self-cleansing, which would have been beneficial because we had a couple spell cards that were sitting here for a while. We definitely had these 2, what are they called? Alteration cards.
Alteration.
Hey, you guys see me? I keep going back into that the words, right? Spell card. Like I call these spell cards. I don't like that. I digress from that. I think Tom and them have said it before. Creating words to create words. I think it was Z actually. Creating new words to create new words to make a theme isn't needed. But I had fun. I liked it. I don't know if it works best at 2. Maybe if we changed that river flow might make it a little bit better. I think going down to 4 definitely helped with time. I don't know if I would want to go to 6. And I mean, I guess catch up. But this isn't a game that I feel like I'd want to play for 2 hours. I feel like this should be less than an hour.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Any comments for you for playing it too?
No, I mean I think it was fine just doing it the way they said to do it for 2 players and for beginners.
Yeah, but we didn't play the beginner. I kind of went a step ahead of the beginner route.
Ah,
Yeah, because we shouldn't have played with these. We should have played with the initiates,
No, but it was
the
still
equilibrium, and the beasts. I mean, I put these in because I knew we wouldn't get them. We tried once, I think, for that, and we kept looking at that. But
it was nice. It was not bad.
the only reason I say I do like it too is you're not actually going against the other player. So we don't like games where we're directly attacking that much, which is really weird because Pokemon. But we usually like to play our own game or play cooperatively. So at least for two-player that way, that was good. I like that. All right, theme. So the theme of the game is you are a magician who is trying to do heroic tasks. I see it. I didn't feel it at all. I didn't feel like I was an enchanter and I was doing something. I saw the pretty pictures. I knew that's where I was. But I was more like, I'm placing dice. I'm trying to get those numbers to get that card.
It happened to me too, but I think it's because magic is not actually one of my favorite or near favorite themes. Like it happens to me even with the game of the cauldrons. What is that game? Like I remember that it took me a while. But I don't know if it's because it does not.
The theme, no, and the theme has to be able to pull you in. For me, I like mystical and magical and fantasy and stuff like that. So for me, the theme was fine. I see this game and I'm going to be like, cool, I'll back it, I'll play it. But I don't feel the story. There's like a story at the beginning. I think somebody else in one of the reviews mentioned like maybe putting like a little story on the card. So like when you get this card, you read about the battle, like you can read a little bit of flavor text. Could maybe add a little bit of theme. But yeah, or give the spells.
Without being part of the game, because then it would not be language
independent. And I think that's why there isn't. Because the same thing, the spells don't have names, the alterations, nothing has names. And so I get that you're right, that's to keep it language independent. But it does
give flavor, like
deflavor a little bit. Yep. All right, so there we go, guys. That was Mercurial. Again, if you like the gameplay, you like the art, you care about what we said in the little sections that we go over, click the link, go back it. I think it's up for another, well, I think this was the first week. Because we always do it the first week of the campaign. So I think it's only been up for a week. I don't remember if it's a 14-day or a 30-day campaign, but the link is down below. You can back it. If you want to see more Kickstarter and Game Found preview videos, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, bell notification.
All the YouTube stuff.
All that YouTube stuff. But until next time, guys.
Adios.
Peace.